festive vibe with a shopping spree featuring exciting games, stunning showcases, and live performances. Wrap up your shopping list with unmissable savings. For inquiries, call 0803-284-8509. Join us for an unforgettable holiday shopping adventure. This event is brought to you by TVC Communications.
All right, thank you for staying with us. The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, has revealed that 25 political groups have submitted applications to be registered as political parties. Represented by a national commissioner and chairman of the Information and Voter Education Committee of INEC, Mr. Sam Olumekun, he noted that, quote, despite harsh criticisms that INEC has passed through, especially in the last couple of months, the submission of more groups to become political parties shows that Nigerians still believe in the democratic system of government. Joining us in the studio to discuss more on this is public affairs analyst Oladendi Ario. Good morning. It's good to have you on the program.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
At this point in our democracy, do we need more parties as it is? Yes, there's freedom of association.
Absolutely,
and all of it,
absolutely.
Right? But over the years, for instance, in 2020, we saw the delisting of about 70 parties because they were not vibrant.
They were not active.
Very good. And recently we saw when the courts, took out the opposition political parties and Nigerians were shouting, we are becoming a one-party state or two-party state, all of it. But as you look at the things, do we really need more parties?
We do not need more parties. What this reflects is that in the mindset of an average Nigerian, democracy is about electioneering.
Okay.
Unfortunately, electioneering is a very infinitesimal part of democracy. I would have been happier if they are concerned with the two missing planks of democracy. And the missing planks, accountability and transparency.
Right.
They don't reflect here at all. At all, at all. So what they're going to achieve with these additional top-by-top parties, I don't understand. Number two, the cost of establishing a party, having the branch networks required by the Electoral Law is massive. Not at a time that we are facing economic meltdown and you think the next best investment is a political party. If they had the resources, why don't they go and establish factories and get the 40% unemployed population engaged? That's my problem, because if you go and check these parties, what they say, the same old characters that we knew in the existing parties who probably lost out.
Disgruntled.
Disgruntled, disillusioned, and frustrated are the ones behind this party. Funny enough, I forgot there's a party called SDP until last night when I saw their chairman, a very unknown face, talking on television. I was like, oh, SDP, oh, this is the chairman. And I wasn't surprised they didn't do well at the elections. You see, we should begin to get these things right. Democracy is not just about parties and elections.
Well, SDP actually played a very significant role, in this past election.
I am not saying no.
But even in the general election, they were all over the place. So maybe you didn't pay
attention.
Right. But then, the fact that we are looking more groups, more groups are actually looking at upgrading to their groups to political parties. There are so many issues that they fell out of the general election. Oh, INEC didn't do this, INEC didn't do that.
I understand.
It was election according to their own, assessment. It shows that INEC had probably got a lot of things right. That's why we are seeing groups looking to, upgrade into political parties. Don't you think so?
That does not go that way, and I will explain to you why. Now, the electionary season is over, right? Those who had gone to tribunal, gone to court, and lost, they've agreed to drop the baton and start preparation for the next electionary season. What you are seeing is a part of that planning process. The same group, when it doesn't work in their favor, at the end of the election, they will call the same INEC names. It's a cycle that we have gone through. You know what I'm talking about. So for me, I would rather they aggregate whatever plans and visions they have for Nigeria, which must be in our common interest, not about me, myself, and I, and find a party. I love what Obi did. He had this game plan. He left PDP, found home in Labour Party, and within weeks, within months, he became a third force from nowhere. That is what I call strategic thinking. You know, he got it right, and it was as if it was a wildfire. So much that in Lagos, which was the domicile of APC, they took the lead in the presidential election. That's what you should be thinking. You can't continue proliferating political parties. How would that solve our problems? What new thinking are they bringing up? What new planning process? What new studies are they bringing up? What new truths are they bringing up? Let them go and look at our economic challenges and profile solutions. They should be able to plan themselves.
Well, perhaps that is why they are, putting together these political parties.
But we have had this before.
Because if they feel that the platform they found themselves, people are not listening to them or hearing them, perhaps it's to be part of a political party where people can perhaps pay attention to them and listen to whatever solution they have to proffer.
Knowing the political class in Nigeria, have they ever been satisfied anywhere that they are not allowed to either contest or win elections or given appointments? That's the issue. It's not about Nigerians or Nigeria. It's about me, myself, and I. At the end of the day, the class that we have now, some have been in PDP, they've been in APC, they've been there, they've been here, crisscrossing. Is it about Nigerian development and growth? No. It's still the same of the same. I would prefer, we have problems, and they're all open problems. Let them pick one. Maybe education, maybe healthcare, maybe housing.
But they need a platform to push that.
Let them tackle, listen, if they do, I keep doing that thing, I will look at the problem, write a position paper, and forward it to whoever is in charge.
How many of that has worked?
Unfortunately.
Very good.
Wait,
that's what we are saying.
Very good. I started writing the IG of police since Baba Musiliu Smith. I wrote him, I wrote Tababalogun, I wrote Indero. Of course, only Balogun invited me to Abuja. At the end of the day, we only had dinner, and that was the end of it. Okay? But I made my mark. And in the process of submitting that, I met a lot of the people who later became IG, including, what is his name? What is his name? But what I'm trying to say is, that became IG later. Arase. Solomon Arase. He was PSA to IG. So he was the one that spoke with me initially when I go to Abuja, before now pushing him to the IGP's office. I also met Fimiho Adeoye, who later became CP in Osun State. I met Layinka Balogun, who became CP, Container, Apapa.
You met these people?
I met all these people. But
what has that translated to?
We generated relationship. And I thought at times they will invite me to come and give lectures at their different locations, or we have police community relations. We achieved something. Not my real goal, okay? But at least we still made some little gains that percolated down.
That were personal, right. Bottom line.
Not personal. I didn't benefit anything, if that's what you are thinking. I didn't get a contract. I didn't get a contract. But what I'm saying is this. Decapitation should not be the solution to headache. Instead of all this party thing, let them push for independent candidature. Yeah, so from the corner of your room, if you feel this is TVC city, I'm acceptable enough, and I want to push for a position, you go and do that. Now, because the gathering you are seeing, they are strange bedfellows. They will soon start fighting. You know this thing now. We
can't categorically say they are strange bedfellows.
We have passed this road before.
We want to work together.
Madam, we have passed this road before. So, what are we talking about?
Well, Mr. Rio, just like we started off with, many political parties then before the
70 were sent away.
Before they are prone to 19 political parties. So it means that if eventually we have 25 coming to join and then they sail through, Does that mean that we'll be having ballot paper, because the cost of production of the ballot paper as long as prayer mats?
Because
and the more the party,
all the 44 names. Yeah. 44 names. So presidential candidates, you are one, he's one, I'm one. All names like that. You see, that's why I said the focus here is very, very minute thinking that democracy is about electioneering. No, you can be in your corner and influence things without necessarily getting into government or getting appointed or elected. In my little corner, I influence things. I send memos. I still do it. I still make phone calls. The young one I just lectured now, Darry that came in before me, we re-establish contact, and I will continue to tell them, look, this is my state. Do something. I've been in Lagos for over 50 years of my life. So I influence things here too. That's why I'm saying we should be concerned with the planks of democracy, accountability and transparency. Not about electioneering, not about you becoming governor or senator. No, but about good governance that's futuristic, and then that you and I are sure that, oh, even if we die tomorrow, our children will have a country to call their own. This is not the Nigeria that my father gave to me. Okay? It's not the same country. If I should wake up now, you will think he France is another country. Exactly. So that's why I'm saying, let them understand that beyond elections, democracy can still run. Go and start pushing for independent candidature. Talk to your House of Rep member, your senator in your zone. Let them understand. Come up with good points. They will push. Perhaps it may be their lucky day.
But there are you think that this independent candidacy thing might just cause confusion in the process of our elections?
It's not going to.
It will just be an experiment that will cause confusion.
No, it's not going to cause any confusion. For instance, if I'm contesting councillorship in Ibejuleki, it's only there that they will know me. It's only on their paper that they will print my name, not elsewhere. Okay? So there can't be any confusion. I would have been marketing my manifesto and my plans for the community. You understand me?
You are talking about independent candidature for a particular locality, but if you're looking
you can contest presidency as an individual.
You know what it costs to campaign. You know how much a party budgets for campaigns and
execution. I don't want to start mentioning names. If you go and study American politics or democracy, they've been having independent presidential candidates.
Yeah, so
why can't it happen here?
Them, how much do we
don't forget that some individuals.
What strides, what success have they been able to garner?
It's neither here nor there. Maybe one day it will happen, but they've been experimenting with it. Life is not static; it's all a process. Life is not a dash. Okay, it's not 100 meters. It's an extensive marathon, and that's the reality for me because. We are here today. I will put today's date down and your names too and the topic. 1 year after, even if it means to buy airtime, I will come back. We will look at the groups, what they have become, and then what has become of them. Perhaps you will agree with me.
Why is it difficult for these parties to really thrive in our society?
Okay, thank you very much. You see, there's what they call strongholds in Nigerian politics. The existing parties, they have what they call strongholds, whereby they can tell you that don't come to our territory. They will make things impossible for you. Okay? So for a new party, a emerging party that is looking for new people, the skepticism of the people is first of all waiting for them. People who no longer believe in elections. You know, we have regular voter party, increasing in percentage, year in, year out. Right. These are the people that are going to meet. And then you look at them and say, oh, they don't come again. You know, that's where they will start having problems. At the end of the day, I told you when I went to contest Abeokuta for councillorship, by the time they gave me bill of what I should give to world leaders to start with, and I told them, I don't work in Abeokuta, I make money in Lagos, so I will now come and spend the money here. They didn't give me nomination. I lost, at that level. So if it can happen to me, it can happen to anybody. And don't forget that you need a lot of financial muscle and deep pockets to dabble into this thing. It's a game of money.
Independent candidacy.
That's what I'm saying.
Money, you can't.
That's what I'm saying. Instead of you trying to gather some human beings together whose mindset is unknown to you, whose all you know is what they said to you. They may tell you A in the morning, and by afternoon it has become B.
Who
by
might
night
want to support the process, the dream, who wants to perhaps contribute the funds and just support you whichever way. It's not a problem.
I'm on the same page with you. But I'm saying, instead of party, the focus of every party is election. You know that. Why don't you look at specific challenges? Gather eggheads. Let them provide solutions. Send it to whoever you send it. Publish it in papers. Put it on the internet. People will see it. Let me tell you, some of the things we say on TV, you may think nobody listens. People are listening.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a governor once encountered me in a plane and said, yes, I remember you saying, I said, yeah, I did so. And he said, if you don't mind, can you expatiate? I said, not in this flight, though. We exchanged numbers. And when I got to Lagos, I wrote about 33 papers on this small issue. I sent to him. And he replied to thank me.
Did he act on it? Do you know if he acted on it?
No, he's not within my interest area. So I didn't care. What mattered was I had done my bit as a good Nigerian.
That's right.
So let it be about problem solving. Right. Let our policies be about problem solving. Democracy should focus more on accountability and transparency. I keep saying that because without that, we're not going anywhere.
We actually, in a country where we copied our presidential system of government from United States, for instance, they've got the Republican and Democrat. Talk about the United States.
So many parties. Yeah?
I know, they have other parties. You talk about the UK, they've got the Labour Party as well as the Conservative Party and some other regional parties. Do you feel that Nigeria should also be like that? So much so that if you don't have that national spread, then you can just stay within the locality, just like we have, well, APGA is not even local. They still push up the presidential candidate. NPP is not local. They push up, but they have strongholds. So do you feel that Nigeria should maintain two-party system and then we'll have other parties for regional, for the regions, rather?
Either way, they should focus on solving problems. Look, if you are localized in a place as a party, you know their challenges, you can hype on it, provide solutions, they will vote for your party. And then you can take charge of that environment. You understand me? But if you're just struggling to have a national spread, which resources cannot finance, they will just get midway and perish like a flame that starts a journey and never ends it. Let's not get funny about it. I know what money it will cost to, because they say you must have presence in at least 25 states or so.
And your headquarters
must be in Abuja. Yeah. This is talking about
so shouldn't INEC change this, this particular aspect of their own,
It's not INEC. It's the Electoral Law.
Yeah,
it's not INEC. Before that can be done, it will take the National Assembly to undertake the amendment. So maybe they should begin to even think in that line as well, that they can make okay. If you can have your party in 2 states, you are good to go. Fine. You know, it will be a lot.
You maintain that.
Make a stronghold. For instance, if that is possible, I will go to Abuja. I'll go and maintain a stronghold. Maybe tomorrow I might become their governor.
You don't have money to run for council.
Come on, I have you now.
He's going to do donation, fundraising.
But seriously, we should begin to address our challenges, our development issues. All of us know this problem. And somebody said it that we will not run away from Nigeria. Why? That once you can solve any of our problems in this country, people will rally around.
So why is it so difficult? Year in, year out, we have election. Well, every 4 years we have election, and we have off-cycle election and all of it. Why is it so difficult to address this problem of accountability and transparency, which are the major issues you mentioned earlier?
Is it difficult? It's not difficult. What happened is the political class, they have weaponized poverty. So the masses who should demand for the irreducible minimum from them, they have lost their voice. So whatever they throw at them, they take. There are cases where people will say it's only during campaigns that they see their councillor, their senator, and also if they give them the chat card, 100 naira, they will gladly accept it.
We've seen a situation in an African country where this particular politician took, I think, bags of rice or so to that community, and they rejected it.
In Nigeria, some communities also rejected it.
Very good.
But what percentage of the voting population are we talking about? That's why I keep talking about mass enlightenment and public education. People have to know these things. Because somewhere last week I told them, I said, you guys are clapping and happy about democracy. Show me any of you who is not a politician, who has no political connection, who is just a pure, honest businessman, whose life is better today than it was in 1999. They kept quiet. That is their reality. So that's why I'm saying we should begin to drag people away. So the people should rise up in the midst of their hunger. Don't be angry. Just express yourself. Speak out. Maybe one day it will be our day. I don't like riots. I don't like protests. They don't achieve anything. They only generate mob action. And you know, with mob mentality, destruction results. Lives get lost. Infrastructure get damaged. A lot of roads were burned. Buses were burned during NSAR. Where did it lead us? Nowhere. That's why I do advocate. But let people talk. And then we used to have public complaints commission in those days. They should bring it back to life. Let people submit their grievances against the government. Perhaps it will get better. There was a time in Lagos that we had something like that, and it was operational and it was effective because they were able to, each community was able to tell the government, oh, we are building school for them in Amuwu. Here in Sulere, we don't want schools. What we want is roads. What we want is water. So governance now became specific in providing infrastructures. And that, for me, should be the way to go. 1,000 parties won't solve any problem. It will just be another gathering. And remember I told you that we still don't have parties in Nigeria. What we have are vote-catching machineries. Whereby, I told you that before, whereby if this year they didn't catch enough votes, you look at, okay, the winning party.
They begin to spread their
They used to change, you move. They still cross over now. All the people today.
That's why ideology is very, very
it's key.
Ideology will be based on accountability and transparency. When those two are not there, whatever grammar anybody may say is mere story for Amadioha.
And we would like to remind you that the buying of airtime in the next 1 year, we are quite interested in that. So come back and buy airtime.
So we're waiting for you to buy the airtime.
Okay, I can pay today. Yeah, because look here, I have no country to call my own. This is and I don't intend to leave Nigeria.
Okay.
Age is not on my side, so we must make it work.
That's
okay.
Right.
It's a fine place to leave this conversation. We must thank you, Olade Inde, Public Affairs Analyst, for your time on the program.
Thank you for having me.
Right. Well, let's tell you now that the views and reactions of all our resource persons are theirs and have no connection with TVC News. Up next is Your View with the ladies, and afterwards, This Morning with Yori Folari. To stay safe. Bye for now.